What's up, guys? So we're streaming live. We're streaming live. Sorry for the little bit of the wonky, sputtery intro there. But anyways, I'm about to go full spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna go into full spoilers. Okay, we're going in spoiler territory. So I literally just got out of the film, guys, and I had to record the view. I had to record this review like this because I'm low on time. So, but I just got out, guys, and I gotta say, the first Ant-Man, I'm not crazy about Ant-Man. I've never really been like a huge fan of the character, so I wasn't really like shocked beyond belief when I don't know, I wasn't blown away. Like the first Ant-Man, I gave it like an 8 out of 10, I believe. Gave it like an 8 out of 10. I thought it was solid, but nothing to, ride home screaming about. But this film, the sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, directed by Peyton, I believe. Yes. Yo, this film is awesome, okay? Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, just straight up, like, just outright, I think this is an excellent film. Like, I'm feeling like an easy, a 9 out of 10 for this. I thought this film was just excellent. I thought the humor was on point. I thought that the visual effects were really stunning. And there were some aspects, like in the quantum realm, like the subatomic quantum realm, that like there were some moments there visually, and there's just some moments in this movie that in very, very subtle ways reminded me of Alex Garland's Annihilation with Natalie Portman, which is a film that I'm obsessed with. Love that film. But oh my god, yeah, I'm feeling a 9 out of 10 for this film. Holy shit, was it excellent. Like, first off, the way that it opens up was great. It was like a great way to lead us forward and a great way to sort of recap the Ant-Man universe up until this point. So I really like the intro to this movie, the exposition from Michael Douglas. Oh my god, guys, okay, seriously. Alright, so there's a technique, there's a technique where you use CGI to make an older person look younger, right? Now, the technique hasn't really dazzled me up until this point. I know a lot of people were fooled by, that technique, or the technique of, replicating a human face or flesh or skin using only CGI, right? So these two techniques, in Rogue One, we saw them they brought back Tarkin using CGI, right? Which I didn't particularly care for. But, and I know like in Civil War, Robert Downey Jr., and there was some other film where they tried to de-age Michael Douglas with CGI. I can't remember which one. I know that they used that CGI to make Robert Downey Jr. look younger in the Civil War. But anyways, my point is that the de-aging CGI technology in this film is the best that I have ever seen. The best I've ever seen. It's fucking incredible. Okay, there's a sequence with Michelle Pfeiffer, which, shout out to her, straight OG. I didn't realize she was in this film. I think the last time that I saw her was in Mother, I think in Mother, if I'm not mistaken. But someone just parked next to me, and like they're probably like, what the fuck is this man yammering about? Is he yammering? The filthy son of a bitch, right? Anyway, but seriously, Michelle Pfeiffer literally, there were a couple times, there was like maybe 2 or 3 times where I was like, I can kind of tell. Well, like just for Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, there were a couple times where I was like, I can kind of tell. But I don't know. Like the fucking the CGI on Michelle Pfeiffer's face looked perfect. On Michael Douglas, it looked perfect. Well, near perfect on Michael Douglas, near perfect. But on Laurence Fishburne, it was perfect. There was a flashback with Laurence Fishburne, and I was like, holy shit, what's going on? Like, he actually looks like, I don't know, 20 years younger, whatever the fuck. It just blew my mind. Whoa, that was sick. Like, there's one moment where I think Michelle Pfeiffer, well, anyway, there were just maybe 2 or 3 moments where the CGI de-aging thing, it didn't convince me. But other than that, it looked creepily good. Creepily. What if there's a time... like, what if like there's like a Marilyn Monroe movie, right, that comes out, and like straight up like we're told that it's CGI, but the audience is just like, oh my god, that's Marilyn, they brought her back from the dead with CGI. Oh, fucking insane that would be. Anyways, I'm running off the rails here. So yeah, I like the intro to the film, and I love the plot. The plot is so like mind-bendy and trippy. This concept that, like, the mother, Michelle Pfeiffer, she fell into the, like, the subatomic quantum realm a long time ago. Kind of like, Limbo and Inception from Christopher Nolan, right? That's essentially what the quantum realm is, you know what I'm saying? You go down there, and, you can get lost down there physically for centuries, and, your mind can turn into a scrambled egg, you know what I'm saying? and Michelle Pfeiffer got lost down there for who knows how long, and, like, Michael Douglas is like, we're gonna go bring her back. Like, I love the plot. The plot is so good. Oh my god, it's so good that I almost feel like they shouldn't make, maybe they shouldn't make maybe we don't need another Ant-Man sequel, because this Ant-Man sequel is as perfect of an Ant-Man movie as we're probably ever gonna get. Maybe. I mean, look, you never know. Maybe when I go see the third Ant-Man film, I'll be like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. But seriously, this movie was so good, I was like, fuck, maybe they shouldn't even jinx it and don't even make another Ant-Man film, because that plot, how could they ever make a more ingenious cinematic Ant-Man plot? The concept of going to bring the mother back was insane. Me trying to wrap my mind around the fact that they're building some kind of transportation vehicle to enter the subatomic realm to bring back Michelle Pfeiffer was fucking insane. Like when that Hello Kitty Pez dispenser like exploded and became super big and was bouncing down the street. I think that the action sequences are visually inventive and fun, and the movie overall is hilarious and extremely fun, silly, trippy, wacky, mind-bending, and the movie is surprisingly emotive. I got really attached to the scenes between the connection between Scott Lang and his daughter. I love how the movie opens up with this super adorable imaginary game that Scott Lang and his daughter are playing, and this bonding moment was really sweet, and you really feel for Scott Lang. You really want him to, like, you really want Paul Rudd to succeed. You really want him to not get into any further trouble with the law, and you want him to succeed with his daughter. And that's a huge plus for the film. I actually cared about Paul Rudd's character. I found his character to be rather sympathetic. Paul Rudd, the concept of Ant-Man is really silly, and on the surface doesn't seem that relatable, but Paul Rudd's character is extremely relatable. He's really flawed. He's not perfect. He doesn't think he's high and mighty. He's not like this supremely confident, egotistical guy. He doesn't have a lot of money. Like, he's under house arrest. He's got in trouble with the law. Okay, how many of us have gotten in trouble with the law? You know what I'm saying? How many of us got kids? You know what I mean? Yeah, how many of us are doing the best we can, but life is difficult? You know what I'm saying? Like, Paul Rudd's character not only was very, very relatable, but, you know, the scenes and his connections with his daughter I thought were really sweet and emotive, surprisingly. One flaw that I do have with the film is that, like, I don't know, just in general, I didn't really feel that I did not feel that this movie was like a masterpiece. You know, I didn't think that the writing, I didn't think that the narrative was executed in a way that the movie's a masterpiece, but goddamn is it close. Again, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. This movie was insane. When Michael Douglas enters that subatomic universe, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, my mind was like melting trying to comprehend the severity of the situation. Sorry, I just got like a weird email. Anyway, moving past that. What else can I say? Oh yeah, the character Ghost, Ava, her character was fucking insane. Because she could like phase through physical environments, you know, inanimate objects. Ava Starr, Ghost, played by Hannah Kamen. Yeah, her character was a cool little sorta villain character, you know, not really, sort of a villain character, but like her character was cool. Her phasing through walls and shit, she was badass. She looked like she jumped straight out of an anime. And Laurence Fishburne, you know, I love The Matrix, so it was good seeing him. I thought that he was a powerhouse, and I loved his character. I love when Laurence Fishburne and Ghost like turn the tables on Hank, you know, and like Hank and Evangeline, Lilly, and Paul Rudd are like tied to those chairs. Like, that was a great scene. But there's a lot of great scenes in this film. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. My one flaw with the film is that the romance between, God, what is her character name? Okay, so the romance between Hope and Ant-Man, it feels not only forced, but it feels like it should have been given more context or more substance, because the romance between the two of them seems just so random. It's just like, wait, what? Like, at what point did you guys fall in love in the middle of this? Did I miss something? Is there like a list of deleted scenes that I missed? Is there like a list of scenes that I forgot? Because, I mean, granted, you know, Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd have tremendous chemistry, so they are adorable together. But I don't know, just their romance just seems slapped on, you know, like a sticker. You know, it's just like, I don't know, like, do they really need to be romantically involved? Like, I don't know. Their romance wasn't executed well, and their romance just isn't convincing, personally. Shit, the romance between goddamn Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer is way more convincing than the romance between Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd in this film. By the way, fucking T.I. is in a Marvel film, okay? My boy T.I. is in the MCU. Shout out to my boy, shout out to my boy T.I. The fuck? Goddamn. My boy that made it into a motherfucking Marvel film. That's insane. Out here. Also, my boy Michael Peña is, he's just funny. He's a funny guy. Seems like a really cool guy. He was hilarious in this film. They recreated a moment from the first film where, like, you know, Michael Peña, he's like reciting like some flashbacks, like he's narrating some flashbacks, and like we visually see the flashbacks, but like we'll hear other characters speaking with Michael Peña's voice, and like that whole gag was great. Yeah, the action sequences are fun. Some people are like, I was speaking with a guy the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know that sequence where the van goes, it like shrinks down, and the van goes underneath a car, and like it expands and knocks the car away? That wouldn't happen, okay? That's not physics. I don't like that. It's like, guys, what the fuck? It's called Ant-Man. Okay, the plot of Ant-Man 2 is that they're going into like the subatomic, whatever the fuck, the quantum realm to bring back some bitch who's been gone for like a decade or decades or years or however the fuck long she's been gone. All right, like I feel like people should suspend their disbelief a little bit more. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's called Ant-Man. Like you're splitting hairs about this moment with the two cars when it's like Michael Douglas literally shrank himself so far down that he went into like a subatomic universe, and your issue is like, I don't know. I don't mind if the physics are a little bit wacky or impossible. I mean, we're talking about Marvel comic book characters that can control reality and treat time like it's clay in their hands and shit. Okay, so excuse me if I'm not bothered by these little moments where it's like, oh, that'd be kind of impossible. But some moments visually are just totally mind fucking. You know, shrinking down like a skyscraper and holding it like a cardboard box and walking around, or like taking that same miniaturized building and making it expand on a beach or in the middle of the city. Like there's one time where they shrank down the skyscraper and they made it expand in the middle of like some downtown city, some metropolis, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like this movie's insane. Okay, I got some shit on my lips. I apologize. Got some shit. Okay, probably from some candy or whatever the fuck. But also I love that Ant-Man is just like a silly motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, playing video games and eating candy and shit. I like this movie. This movie was excellent. In terms of the post-credit sequence, I think I'm gonna make a separate video about that because that blew my mind. Oh my god, the way that this movie explains what happened with Ant-Man during Infinity War melted my fucking noggin. So I'm gonna have to make a separate video talking about the post-credit scene. But I don't know, the acting all around was good. It was convincing. The humor was effective. The action was really visually clever and really entertaining, really satisfying. Humor was satisfying. I thought that the narrative was the best plausible narrative you can give for a fucking Ant-Man movie. Okay, this Ant-Man movie is... An Ant-Man movie shouldn't be this entertaining. I mean, Marvel is at the top of their A game, okay? Every time I see the logo and it says Marvel Studios and they highlight the 10, I'm like, ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! I had a blast with this movie. 9 out of 10. Had a lot of fun. Is there anything else that I want to particularly say? I'm just skimming through the plot here really quick. Give me a second. Is there anything else? God, every time it seemed like he was in danger and that he might fuck up his house arrest thing and he had to get home to make sure he wouldn't get caught, I felt for Paul Rudd. Oh yeah, there was a really funny guy. There was a federal agent. God. What was his name? Oh yeah, I loved Walton Goggins as Sonny Birch. He just had that like swagger to him. Hold on a second, it's hot. Sorry. Holy shit. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna have to. I gotta open up a window in here. It's fucking. Sorry. I'm just like sweating. I'm like literally sweating. Sweating to get this review out to you. Holy shit, my camera's hot. Sweating. Whew. But yeah, Walton Goggins, that's my guy. Loved him in a lot of movies, like The Hateful Eight, for example. I think he was in that latest Tomb Raider movie. Oh yeah, that Stan Lee cameo though, where I think he was talking about LSD, acid. Probably shouldn't say that too loud publicly. I was looking for someone. There was a federal agent who, when he was talking to Scott Lang's daughter, the federal agent was explaining to Scott Lang's daughter why Scott Lang is in trouble and why he's under house arrest. And so like this federal agent is just like, well, your dad's in trouble because he went to Germany with Captain America. He violated this law, and because of this other law that he violated. Yeah, that sequence was hilarious, and that character was hilarious. Sorry, I'm not sure why his character name isn't popping up for me. Let me jump on IMDb, because the humor involving that character was outrageous. It just had me in stitches. That character, it was cracking me up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the character's name was Jimmy Woo, played by Randall Park. Yeah. His character was hilarious. The comedic moments around his character were hilarious. There's also another character named Kurt, where there was some fantastic humor circling that character. But yeah, I had a blast with this movie. It was trippy. It was funny. It was fun. It was entertaining. I just had a blast watching it, and it was smart. You know, I thought it was smart. I mean, clearly there's so many things about the plot that are implausible, but again, we're dealing with Marvel comic book superheroes, guys. Okay, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm not knee-jerking all the time when they're breaking the laws of physics. Okay, but yeah, what do you guys think about this film? I don't know. I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm about to wrap up the stream. Especially since there's people walking around me that are gonna think there's something wrong with me. Where did I put my keys? Oh, thought I misplaced my keys for a second, but I don't think I have anything else to add. If I have anything else to add, I'll just say it during my my video that I'm gonna make about the post-credit sequence for this film, because it blew my mind. It was eerie. It was haunting. It gave me goosebumps. It was perfect. It was perfect. I think it already gives us some insight into the how bonkers Avengers 4 is gonna get. But yeah, I'll talk about the post-credit sequence pretty soon. But other than that, I'm about to head out because your boy is sweaty. Sorry if the video lagged. You know. Hopefully the audio didn't, at least. So, but yeah. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below on Ant-Man and the Wasp. God, Marvel is just doing their thing, man. Just doing their thing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Peace. Oh yeah, definitely don't forget to hit that bell notification, subscribe, like, do all that good shit. Bye.